Doodee, world's most determined reporter, reporting for channel 666 Eyewitness News. Alright, as you all know, I will be defining some words today. And today's word is character. Do you know what character means? Let me give you the definition according to the English dictionary. A character is a letter or a distinctive mark. Well, we already knew that. A character is any essential feature or peculiarity, peculiar qualities which constitutes personal or national individuality. A formal statement of such qualities, a person of remarkable individuality. A personality as created in a play or a novel, or on a TV show, or on something interesting to watch. Now, in case you haven't noticed, there's been a decline of characters in today's society. How many people do you know have remarkable individualistic qualities? How many people do you know appear to be peculiar? Not many. And because of this, there just are no more characters left in this world. Don't worry, there still are a very small handful of characters left in this world. However, they're often despised. And the reason they're despised is because people simply cannot relate to peculiarity anymore. They just don't know what an individual is. And when they see an individual, it seems to upset them. If you were paying attention to last week's segment, you would have noticed that I defined the word define. If a character is not defined, if a character is basically unpredictable, people get angry. People like things to be predictable, and they like things to be defined. If they know a character, they want that character to be defined as, hey, this is a tough character, this is a good character, this is a loud character, this is a giggling character, this is just a quiet character. When you combine all these characteristics into one character, people don't get it. Well, that's probably because people are dumb. Anyway, ever heard of that statement, familiarity breeds contempt? Well, I would say in today's society, it's really peculiarity that breeds contempt. I bet you, any character with a remarkable individualistic personality is going to be hated. Let me give you an example. Let's just say that there was a character. I don't know, for the hell of it, let's just call this character, I don't know, Miss Divine. Let's just say this person, who is an individual, and who has many peculiar qualities, decides to use her imagination and host her own TV show. And she decides to break all the different voices in her head into different characters. As people start seeing these different characters, they start getting very confused. Because they're like, hey, wait a minute. Last week, this Miss Divine was giggling and laughing. This week, this Miss Divine is a man. Hey, last week, this Miss Divine was quiet. Well, you know what the problem really is. Everyone has got their own perception. And usually their perception is really dumb. Because they're not a character themselves. So therefore, they cannot embrace an individual when they see one. Everyone likes the idea of what they've created in their head of who this Miss Divine is. And most likely the idea that they've created in their head is most likely wrong, incorrect. Perhaps this Miss Divine does not exist. Perhaps this Miss Divine is really a crazy person with multiple personalities and is somewhere in hiding, probably on medication. Who the hell knows, right? But it doesn't matter. The important thing to understand is that people have got to start accepting characters. They've got to start realizing that characters are interesting. I'll tell you what. Right now, why don't you just randomly just start flipping your television station to, Channel 5, Channel 6, Channel 7, Nickelodeon, Cinemax. Just start flipping it. How many people on these channels can you say is a character? Does anybody really stand out anymore? I bet they don't. Anyway, If you still fail to understand what it is that I'm talking about and you're trying to I don't know, look for a joke or some kind of parody, well, get the hell out of here, because you're not going to find any here. What you're going to find is a character. And if you can't take it, well, that's just too bad. Because you just got to learn what a character really is. Another thing about a character, most people who have remarkable individuality are often resistant. Which brings me to my next word, resistance. Resist means to strive against, to oppose with success, to be little affected by, to be in opposition. People who are individuals and who have peculiar qualities are only able to retain those peculiar qualities because they've been able to resist. Most of you probably don't even know what it's like to resist, simply because most of you are too afraid to be hated. The bottom line is this: if you're an individual with a peculiar quality and you start resisting and you start showing more and more of your peculiar qualities, you're going to end up fighting the battle of resistance. In many cases, you will win if you're determined enough. However, as in the case of many characters, many people with peculiar qualities, every day is a battle for them. And every day when they're battling out there in the battlefield, resisting all those who oppose them, they start getting lots of enemies. Anyway, that's okay and all, because characters are very strong people. And really, there's not a whole lot you can really do to break a character down, because characters are also very intelligent, despite the fact that many people don't like them and they probably don't even have a lot of friends. Anyway, I hope all of you understood what the definition of character is, and perhaps next time you're watching a TV show, aside from this one, or watching something else, try to bear in mind, is this person really a character? What is a character? And most of all, why don't you think about how can you be a character? Do you have any peculiar quality that no one else has? Are you afraid to show it because of, well, people are going to hate you for it? Why don't you think about that next time? Before you start attacking people with characters, before you start getting jealous that people with characters are able to show their peculiar qualities without being afraid, why don't you examine yourself and see if you have any peculiar qualities that you'd like to show? Alright. Anyway, this is Miss Poopee Doodee again, world's most determined reporter for Channel 666 News. Stay tuned as I bring you more definitions, more news, and more things that is going on in this cuckoo world of ours. Thank you for watching, and good night.